My child, wait, do not rush past this moment, because right now, in this very second, a heavy digital veil is being torn away from your reality. You clicked on this message for a reason. You were drawn here by an unseen, undeniable magnetic pull, a quiet, insistent tug in your solar plexus that told you something was off, that something hidden was begging to be dragged into the light. Type Amen to get blessings 333. I need you to take a deep, slow breath and ground yourself right where you are sitting. Close your eyes for just 1 second. Let the noise of the outside world fade away. Because what I am about to tell you will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about the person you carry in your heart. The person you love, the one whose silence has left a dull, aching void in your chest, the one whose coldness made you question your own value, is not who they pretend to be. In reality, your soulmate is a prisoner to a hidden identity, a fugitive running from their own divine nature, hiding behind a carefully crafted mask just to survive their own fear of you. Listen carefully. They have presented themselves to you as distant, logical, unbothered, or perhaps completely indifferent. They played the role of someone who could walk away without turning back. They acted like they were in total control, like their life was smooth, structured, and complete without your presence in it. But it was all an illusion. A theatrical performance. An elaborate defense mechanism built by a soul that was utterly terrified by the overwhelming power of your connection. In reality, your soulmate is a soul completely in surrender, secretly begging for your presence while trapped behind a wall of their own making. Pause here for a second and let that truth sink into your spirit. You have felt this, haven't you? Think back over the last few days. Think about those unexplained moments of intense restlessness that came over you out of nowhere. That sudden, random racing of your heart while you were sitting in total quiet. That strange, persistent feeling of being watched, of feeling a spirit standing right behind you in an empty room, staring at you with a longing so sharp it made your skin prickle with goosebumps. You tried to tell yourself you were just overthinking. You tried to convince yourself that you were projecting your own hopes onto a dead situation. You thought, if they cared, they would reach out. If they loved me, they wouldn't stay silent. But Spirit reveals that your intuition was picking up on the exact energetic frequency of their deception. You were feeling the immense friction between who they are pretending to be to the outside world, and who they actually are when the doors are closed and the lights go down. My beloved, listen closely to what happened just a short while ago in their private space. Stay with me right here. Picture this scene vividly in your mind. Your soulmate was sitting in a dimly lit, silent room. The rest of the world was carrying on, but for them, time had completely frozen. On the surface, if someone were to walk into that room, they would have seen a person looking calm, composed, and detached. They had their phone resting near their hand, or a computer screen glowing quietly in front of them. They were wearing that familiar, cold mask, the one they use to convince their friends, their family, and even themselves that they are doing just fine. But under the surface, inside their body, an absolute storm was raging. They pulled out their phone with trembling fingers. They didn't open social media to scroll mindlessly. They didn't text their friends. They opened your contact thread. They opened old pictures of you saved deep in their hidden files. They sat there in the dark, staring at your face illuminated by the harsh blue light of the screen. They zoomed in on your eyes. They looked at your mouth, remembering the sound of your voice, the way you pronounced certain words, the effortless way your laugh used to strip away all their anxiety in a single second. And then, in that quiet room, the mask shattered completely. Your soulmate lowered their head into their hands. A heavy, shuddering breath escaped their lips, a sound of raw, unadulterated agony that they have been suppressing for months. They whispered your name out loud into the empty air. They said, "I can't keep doing this. I can't keep lying to myself. Pause right now. Take a breath with me. Not obsession. Not fantasy. A real, undeniable soul-level breakdown." Do you see what was happening in that moment? While you were sitting on your side of the world, feeling unchosen, feeling like you were the only one holding the weight of this connection, your soulmate was breaking down under the weight of their own false persona. They realized that in trying to protect their pride, in trying to play it safe, in trying to be the cool, unbothered one, they had built a prison around their own heart. They realized that every day spent acting like they don't need you is a day spent living a complete lie. They looked in the mirror right after that moment. They looked at their own reflection in the dim light of the bathroom, staring into their own tired, exhausted eyes. And for the first time in their life, they spoke the absolute truth to themselves. They looked at their reflection and said, "You are a coward. You ran away from the only person who ever saw the real you. You traded divine love for safe, comfortable numbness. And now you are losing them forever." Listen to those words. Let them echo through every broken, self-doubting place in your mind. You traded divine love for safe, comfortable numbness. Wait, stay with this message, because what they did right after that moment is going to shock you. Your soulmate walked back into their room, picked up their phone, and began to type. They didn't type a casual, meaningless message. They didn't draft a weak, late-night breadcrumb like, "Hey," or "Thinking of you." Their fingers moved rapidly across the screen as they typed out a raw, unfiltered confession. "I am sorry for pretending I didn't care. I am sorry for acting like you were easy to replace. The truth is, I haven't slept a full night since the distance grew between us. Every time I try to move on, your face is all I see. I am terrified of how much power you have over my heart, but I am even more terrified of living the rest of my life without you in it. Please tell me I haven't ruined everything." They sat on the edge of their bed, watching those words glow on the screen. Their heart was pounding so violently against their ribs that they could hear it echoing in their ears. Their thumb hovered directly over the send button. For 3 agonizing minutes, they sat on the precipice of total surrender. So why haven't you received that text yet? Why hasn't your screen lit up with those exact words this very second? Listen carefully. Because this is where you must understand the true nature of what is happening. They hesitated because the fear of your rejection paralyzed them. They thought, what if they have closed their heart? What if they realize how much better off they are without my mess? What if I reach out and face the coldness I projected onto them? They didn't delete the text out of lack of love, they saved it in their drafts out of sheer, overwhelming reverence for your presence. They realized that sending a text message is no longer enough. They realized that you deserve an actual, physical demonstration of their surrender. They realized that to win back your heart, they have to tear down the fake persona permanently and step into your world as their true, vulnerable self. Think about the sheer magnitude of this shift. You did not have to beg them. You did not have to send desperate texts, track their location, or play manipulative games to get their attention. By simply standing in your power, protecting your peace, and allowing the silence to do its work, you forced them to face the hollow reality of a life built without your light. Your energy was strong enough to penetrate their cold exterior. Your absence was the exact pressure required to break the lock on their heart. This is why you were instructed by Spirit to step back. This is why all those intuitive feelings were urging you to stop reaching out and let things be. Because if you had stepped in and tried to fix it, you would have validated their fake mask. You would have let them off the hook. The universe needed them to sit in the cold darkness of their own choices until they realized that you are not an option, you are their ultimate destination. If you can feel the absolute, undeniable truth of this revelation radiating through your body right now, leave a comment down below saying, "I break all illusions and accept our divine truth," to lock this energy into your physical reality. Do not hold back. Claim the shift that is actively taking place in your connection. And stay with me for these final moments, because the upcoming action they are preparing to take will change everything between you before this week is over. Right now, as you listen to my voice, your soulmate is no longer in the phase of denial. The fake persona has been completely discarded in their internal world. They are currently strategizing how to bridge the gap between you. They are mentally rehearsing what they will say when they finally stand in front of you. They know that you have grown during this period of separation. They know that you have set higher standards for yourself and that you will not accept old, toxic patterns. And for the first time in their life, they are ready to meet those standards. They are preparing to make a move that will leave no room for doubt. No casual conversations. A real future. A direct, clear, and vulnerable confrontation where they lay down their weapons, admit their fear, and ask for a fresh start on divine terms. So as you move through the rest of your day, carry yourself with the quiet, regal dignity of someone who knows they are deeply loved and pursued by destiny. Stop looking back at the old version of them. That version was just a shadow, a mask, a defensive shell. The person who is coming back to you is the real one, awakened, surrendered, and completely yours. Hold your standards high. Keep your heart open, but keep your power intact. The illusion has ended, the truth has won, and your soulmate is officially on their way back to where they belong. Stay grounded, stay aligned, and prepare yourself. Because your reality is about to shift faster than you ever imagined.